Hello and welcome to Old Nintendo Gamer and Son. What you're about to hear is an old recording taken from an old podcast I used to host called Nintendo Review Podcast. This was a discussion about a Mario Kart 8 competition that my son and I took part in Taiwan at the beginning of 2019 during the Chinese New Year. I hope you enjoy. 2 weeks ago during Chinese New Year, my son and we popped up to Nova, which is an electronics warehouse, basically, huge superstore, and they were holding a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe competition there. So I'm going to talk about that for 5 minutes. So we turn up, and they, on the we call it the first floor here, the ground floor. They got this huge, massive TV there, and just the one switch connected, and they've got the red and blue Joy-Con controller, so everybody can have a go. And the competition was basically open for 50 people. You just turned up at the time, which was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday, and you registered your name. First 50, first go. And they managed to get 50. They could have had 200 people for the people turning up. And looking around, I thought there's a lot of families here. I stand a good chance, As so a few kids come on. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I fancy my chances. And then as time progressed, I'm seeing younger people coming in, thinking teenagers, thinking, ooh, it could be an iffy. And they're pulling out their switches and practicing because it's a time trial. I'm thinking, why didn't I bring my Switch? So they basically said, right, the track you're playing on is Moo Moo Farm. The one that as you progress through the 3 laps, the cows start coming across the stage. So, you go a little bit wrong, you're going to get hit. Your aspirations of getting a fast time are broken. And you've got to be Mario, and you've got to be in the standard kart, which I'm a pretty good Mario Kart player at the best of times. And when I started, I went first, my son went behind me. There was this one good guy who'd been practicing. He'd been sitting on the floor and practicing on his Switch for ages, and he put in a decent time. So I came up, and I'm a little bit loose on the first lap, trying to get used to Mario's weight, because I tend to go with heavier characters, or my Mii character, which is a heavy character as well, and a heavier car. So he's a bit light, and I'm getting used to it, so I'm not taking the tightest of angles, and I put in a first good lap. No boosts. Go through my second lap, 1 boost, and I hammer the lap record. Beautiful lap, if I say so myself. And just so you can judge, after I put the podcast up, I'll post it to Twitter or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then my third lap came. And got through the cow part in the beginning, and I used 2 boosts going across the grass to cut that grass and really shave off time. And then as you come into the last section, there's that little turn to the left, and then you come down, and there's a jump boost, which I missed because I got the wrong angle, so that's okay. And there's a couple of Monty Mole paths, and I'm trying to jump off one of those, and I got my timing wrong, and I ended up like a third of the way into one of those circular grass verges in the middle. And it's like, I was so far ahead, and by the time I got off that grass verge and around the corner, a little boost and all that, I lost first place by 1/10 of a second.
Oh, gotcha.
So down to second. And then my son comes up. And my son's a decent player. He rarely beats me. So I thought, well, our chances of a win here are scuppered. And his first lap, he makes 2 big mistakes. But the mistakes, by hitting the side of the track, he's trying to get used to it as well. So he's smart enough to know that as soon as he's at the side of the track, he boosts. So he boosts out of it. So the first lap, he's done a really good time, but he's used 2 of his boosts. Second lap is solid, and then he proceeds to put in this astonishingly awesome third lap. And I mean, it's faultless, and he gets everything is perfect. The boost off the middle ramp, the boost at the end, and it's like, oh my god. And it's so close, and he won by about 1/10 of a second, He put in the lap of a lifetime, and he took the first position. And then, there were many people coming up and coming close to my now third place, and people going a little 1/10 slower than me, and I'm like, oh, am I going to keep this third place? And eventually we did. My son was first, I was third.
Nice.
We were well happy. We won vouchers to use in that electronics store So once we given all our details and got our, it ended up about just over 50 quid.
bad.
Not bad for an afternoon's work of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And then we proceeded to spend them. My son bought Kirby's Star Allies, and I bought the Splatoon amiibo, the little pink inkling girl, the newest one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, and the Any Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links below.